Well, I tell you something, it feels good to do nothing for once. And I think we all need a little more don't give a about a lot of things, but don't know what tomorrow brings. I lay back to catch that buzz. It's all finally looking up. Hey, I'm gonna chill in the backyard, get lazy till I forget it all. I wanna feel that sun shine down like I'm in Jamaica. Oh, 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 oh. Gonna feel the breeze blow. Oh, oh, oh. Got me singing like I'm gonna sit here all day, getting sunburned and bathed. Well, everybody needs an escape. Oh, it might as well be today. Hey, hey, hey. I'm gonna chill in the backyard, get lazy till I forget it all. I wanna feel that sun shine down like I'm in Jamaica. Oh, 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 oh. Gonna feel the breeze blow. Oh, oh, oh. Got me singing like gonna sit here all day, getting sunburned and baked. I just wanted to practice one time, for my bad, dog.
No. I'm telling you, I think that it's a subject that needs to be addressed, but I think it
can go on and on and on.
Well, I think people need a warning for it, because the people that would enjoy it would need to know up front, hey, this is going to be a balls out, 100% honest conversation about mental health.
And it's behind the curtain, too. People want to believe in the facade, you know? They want to believe that everything, like you said, is hunky-dory and roses and wine. And when you're like, actually, it's all fucked up, it's like, yeah, save me. Save that shit. We can start the whole motherfucker again if you want to, man. I swear to God.
All right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Two Beers with the Band. I'm your host. And today, Stoney Banks has returned to the podcast. He's got a whole lot to talk about. He is a Nashville-based reggae-country artist with a little bit of a rock twist. And he's brought an interesting beer. Not the first time I've had it, but it's been a long time since I've had it. So, Mr. Banks, why don't you tell us what you brought us, and we'll go from there.
This is a fine Mexican lager known as Modelo Especial. It's popular among, my coworkers on the job site and whatnot. After a long day of hard work, there's nothing quite like the refreshing taste of Modelo Especial.
I love it.
But these are just a light, refreshing lager, man. And I've been on a bit of a sobriety kick, except for last week. I went down to Florida, and my buddy got me backstage at Reggae Rise Up Fest. And that was really cool. And I imbibed a little bit. You know, I'd been like on a 2-month, like maybe 3-month, really, like no drinking solid pretty much.
Yeah.
I had a couple of shots of tequila here and there. So, I mean, having a refreshing drink. It's getting a little hotter outside.
Oh, it is definitely.
And so I'm looking forward to having a nice cerveza. You know what I'm saying? I think it's been about 3 months since I had an actual cerveza.
Okay.
You know
all right.
That's Spanish for beer for everybody that doesn't know.
All right. You're learning something today. All right. Well, once you get it in the glass, let's take a sniff, see what we get.
Yeah, man. All right. Oh, yeah. Smells like it always has. It's got a nice hoppy kind of aroma.
Well, I'm getting a little grain
Okay,
forward on it. Yeah. I mean, the hops is there, but I'm getting a little more grain.
Yeah, after it settled down, the initial pop, it had that hoppy, like that kind bud almost
Yeah.
smell. But then now it's settled down, I'm getting the wheat. Very good. Salud, yeah. So, delicious Modelo.
That is tasty.
It's good.
It has been a while since I've had one. That is a clear beer. That is a beautiful beer. Well, apparently, I'm going to have to keep a few more of these around, especially with the summer weather that is upon us. Thank goodness. I'm tired of the cold.
It was a long one. I'm telling you. I was like, when is this? I thought it would never end. I thought February was like a year.
Yeah.
It felt like a year month. You ever had a month that was just like a year?
Yeah, you look at the calendar and it's like it should be 2 or 3 days further in the month.
Yeah, I felt like I had a birthday, Christmas, the whole thing happened like again.
Right. Right. All right.
But no, I'm glad it's over now, and we've had some really beautiful weather here in Nashville, Tennessee, man. And yeah, I was down in Florida. It was beautiful down there, and I'm glad to be back and back in the swing of things, and
so what all you do, or did you do, while you were down in Florida?
Man, Reggae Rise Up is like a big reggae fest with all the biggest names in like the kind of American reggae world. Like 50,000 person festival over like a 3-day period. And a good buddy of mine in town who's a songwriter and stuff, shout out Chief, got me backstage. I have a day job. I work with my hands. I do painting and carpentry work. And I was driving to work the other week, a couple of weeks ago, but maybe a week before I went to Florida. And I was just thinking, because the sun was out and it was looking nice, and I started hitting I-65 South, going down to Brentwood to do some work. I was like, man, I'd love to be going down to Florida right now to be, doing some music stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, man, about 2 hours later, my buddy calls me. He's like, hey, buddy, you want to go to Reggae Rise Up? He's like, I can get us backstage and stuff. Like, come down there and network, Like, he knows a lot of the people down there. And he knows a lot of people in the music industry, period. So, like, he's a well-connected guy, super talented songwriter, all-around awesome dude. And he was like, yeah, come with me, man. Like, we'll ride down there and, get a hotel. And, we got basically VIP passes, like guest passes, where we'd be allowed everywhere except for the artist area necessarily, which we were able to get into here and there, too. Nobody seemed to care because... it was pretty all access, pretty cool, and got to see a lot of the bands, like side stage, like, you feel kind of important or something. Even though I ain't no more important than nobody else, let's be honest here, folks. You know what I mean? Nobody is more important than others at all. We were having a little conversation before this. We won't get into it, but you were saying how certain people think they're more important than they are, and really... nobody's more important than anybody else, folks. Let's face facts. We're only here for a brief amount of time, and to love each other, and to, I think to have a good time and enjoy ourselves on this planet, and in these little suits of humanity that we wearing. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're not enjoying yourself, what's the point?
I'm telling you, man. Like, what's the point?
I mean, we all have our good days and bad days, but you need more good days than bad days, right? And if you're not getting them, maybe you need to go talk to somebody and, find out why not.
Yeah, and yeah, absolutely, man. And I think some people, they might enjoy having bad days. I don't know. There might be some of that. Like,
well, I also think that if you talk to people, especially in the music industry, that mental health is really, really a tough subject to talk about.
Absolutely.
Except for those that, have said, okay, I really need to go talk to somebody because I'm having these thoughts, so on and so forth. And then they go out there and they find out they're not alone. and they find out that these issues, if you will, that they're having are not unusual.
Right.
That creative people tend to see things a lot differently than everyone else. You
Yes.
know, and then
Oh, yeah.
and where that creative may think, oh, there's something wrong with me because I'm viewing these things like this. No, you're just looking at it through a different lens.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
sometimes they need people to tell them, hey, you're not looking at it wrong. You're just looking at it different. Or you're not, what you're feeling about this situation is not wrong. It's just different. Why don't you go ahead and harness those feelings and put them into a song where a creative could take that advice and knock a whole album out and just kill it, you know,
Yeah.
because they're seeing these real life happenings and they're putting it to music. And people like me, a consumer, I'm having a bad day. A song comes on that says, you know, hey, have a better day. It's going to get better. You know, I mean, there's a positive message to it.
Absolutely, man.
It's going to, you know, strike a chord with me and might make my day better. If not, for 3.5 minutes, my day was better.
And that's the power of music, man. I mean, music is such, it's crazy to me how powerful it actually is, you know, because it is a healer, you know. And I want to say a lot of my stuff's real uplifting and positive, you know, happy, fun time stuff. And it probably comes from, there's a other side to that coin where it's like, man, stuff's gotten dark. I've been through some things. I've seen some things like in my life. And, you know, it comes from a place of wanting to not see people go down those holes, or to pull people up out of that hole, myself included. I mean, so you're absolutely right, man. I mean, it's the creative thing. First off, I don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg, if it was just always something there where the songs come to me or whatever, or I get ideas or what. But I definitely think that I find it a catharsis, man. If I'm feeling some type of way and I can't dig myself out of that hole, I'll get old Betty Lou here and I'll start plucking, dude. You know what I mean? I'll start singing. I'll start making up some words. Even just like free form, like writing words has helped my mental health or whatever, or helped me get over whatever BS was, you know, rolling around in the old cranium. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, it definitely comes from that, man. Absolutely. Yeah, there's something there. I mean, for sure. I don't know if it's childhood trauma. You want to go, you know, you can analyze it 80 million different ways. But to me, I'm like, look, I'm going to be in the moment. If I'm having a tough moment and I'm feeling some kind of way, I try to channel that. I try to let that out as an outlet. I'll sit there and write some stuff. I might write some positive stuff when I'm feeling positive. But I might write some positive stuff when I'm feeling bad, just to remind myself of the positive side of the coin, to pull me out of the gutter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it's a rescue. You know what I'm saying? It's like a parachute, man. I don't know how to put it. You know, it's like a lifeline. The music's my lifeline, man.
Well, if you're in that negative headspace and you sit down and write just to do it, and you come up with this just catchy, fun, sunny, smiley, banging song. How does that happen when you're in a negative headspace, but you have just this beautiful, sunny, happy, smiling song? How's that happen?
You know, it's probably one of the more rare occurrences. But how it does happen, if it does, is because I'm trying to remind myself of what I'm grateful for. It'll happen, you know, because of like, I'm looking at that other side of the coin. If I know that I'm on the dark side and I'm having a dark side moment, you know what I mean? And I don't want to feel that way, or I don't want to like focus in on that, I can sometimes flip that around, but like I'm saying, I think that's a little bit more rare of a thing for me to really start writing positive stuff whilst in the dark side. Usually I'll write some like sad or introspective stuff, you know what I mean? That's like,
Yeah.
that can also be powerful and healing because I'm letting it out. I'm being honest about what my true like feelings are about a particular issue or, you know, situation or relationship. A lot of times it's that. And then, you know, when you find yourself on those dark sides, a lot of times it is because of, you know, it's a lot of times, almost 9 out of 10 times, it's not because of something, it's because of someone, you know, someone broke your heart, man, you know, or I broke somebody's heart and I feel bad about it, you know what I mean? And sometimes a lot of love can come from that because you want to be like, you'd rather be love all the time, you know, you want to be love all the time, you know, at least I do. I'd like to be that way. I'd like everything to be love all the time. But
Right.
A lot of time it ain't love all the time, baby. This planet Earth, you know, like we're struggling with that dichotomy, that duality of man, that two sides, you know, we got your hot and your cold, your night, your day, you know, your dark, your light. I mean, but the light is always more powerful than the dark. So that's why they, you know, if you go into a room, they don't say like, turn the dark up. It's like, turn the light off or turn the light on. It's not, you're not talking about like, you don't go into a room, you're like, all right, man, turn the dark up. Like,
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Yeah. I've never heard nobody say it, but
So is there
we got real deep, man.
Well, it's interesting because I think as a consumer outside of Nashville, people may not think about the mental health aspect of music because I know in Nashville, especially over the last few years, I'm hearing different interviews about community services, community corner, things like that. And they talk to people who are in the mental health field or in certain organizations that say, hey, we're focusing on artists, musicians, artists, creatives, and that is our only job is to work directly with these people because they've been in the business. They themselves may be writers, singers, whatever. And it just being in Nashville, I hear these ads and these interviews so that it's a little more funneled.
Yeah.
In, you know, from what I'm hearing,
right.
Where people outside may not know that, you know what, these people, they write this great music. They sing these happy songs. Everything seems to be sunshine and rainbows.
Right.
You know, maybe it is at that moment.
Yeah.
But then, like you say, there's a flip side of that coin.
Absolutely.
And they'll sit there for a week and just everything goes wrong. And it's kind of like, man, it's got to get better because it can't get worse.
Yeah. And you know, man, I mean, this is something that I'm coming to a realization too. And it was funny because I had started to kind of witness this, especially getting that backstage experience where I was like around a lot of the, you know, the privy people and the bands and this and that. And like musicians are cool people, man, like pretty vulnerable, honest people, man, for the most part. But I definitely see like in the industry, even like, and even in life in general, regular people, everybody, man, like this is something I really started kind of seeing, man. It's like a lot of times we do stuff to try to build ourselves up where we feel like we have some kind of lack or we don't have the self-esteem or something like that. It's like a low self-esteem thing going on. And a lot of artists I know, and I'm thinking, is part of this my kick too? Like, dude, like, man, was I like left out as a kid, which is part of my story, how I started playing guitar. I was pretty much like left out of the fun. Like everybody, like I was the black sheep, so to speak. And maybe I was a pain in the ass or I was a little jerk or what, I don't know. But I want to say that I have noticed this, that like, we just want people to like us, man. We want to feel important type of thing. When nobody is anymore, I just, you know, like I said, nobody's more important than nobody else, man, at the end of the day. But you get on that stage and boy, there's a bunch of people that, you know, they elevate you, man. But that's another trap too, man, to think that that's real, you know what I mean? Like, and just being around famous people and being around the entertainment industry and being in those positions from time to time, like, I'm kind of like, I kind of see through it. I'm kind of working on my own mental health, if you want to call it that, my own psyche of being like, look, man, like, are we doing this so people like you and like yada yada, or do we do it because we love music, you know? And I was watching Bill Burr's special the other day on Hulu, and he like said it like, and I'd already been kind of thinking this after this week or so of like realizations and like introspection, as you want, you know, as you'd say, but we're getting real serious, man. But it's good. It's good. So he said it right at the beginning of the special. He said, I used to think I did comedy because I love comedy so much. You know Bill Burr?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So he's like, I used to like do comedy. This is the first thing he said as soon as I turned it on. I'm like, damn, dog. Like, so he's like, I used to do comedy because I thought I just loved comedy, and I just loved it so much that's why I do it. But after a while, I kind of think that I just do it because I want to walk into a room and everybody like me. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, it just comes from a low self-esteem thing where you weren't never good enough. I feel like that's probably part of my, you know, milieu of my psyche. Like, maybe my parents were a little hard on me, maybe, or I never felt like I was good enough for them at some level or somehow, like growing up as a kid or something. Like, whatever I did was just like, I never got praised for like doing good enough. Like, it was always push to be like type of thing. I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I ain't blaming them. They did their best. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm a grown ass adult, dude. Like, let's face facts here. But like, I'm being vulnerable right now, Chris. I haven't had a half a cerveza yet. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. I feel that this is a subject that should be addressed because you can let it out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that just you and I, you know, should address. I think the industry as a whole. When I say the industry, I'm saying all of music, because I think you're right to a degree. A lot of people, not everybody, obviously, but a lot of people, it's their way out. Their way out from, you know, and maybe that's part of being a creative is you have to go through that pain, that heartache, that rejection, you know, that you got to be in that headspace.
Yeah.
Because you're able to deal with it by writing, by playing, by entertaining, you know, and by being the person that you think you're not to get what you want. Maybe that doesn't make sense. You're being that musician on stage with all the lights on you, with the cameras on you. Everybody's just having a great time. They're looking right at you, and you're holding their attention.
Yeah.
And maybe you're saying, you know what, why couldn't I have done this when I was younger? Well, it wasn't your time then. It's your time now.
Right. Yeah.
And you're doing a damn good job of it, so keep it up.
Man, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, and I really enjoy it too, man. Just it's a rush. It's like a thrill to get on stage, man. Like, trust me, like, it's a lot of fun. No matter if I'm playing to 5 people or 5,000 people. I've never played to 5,000 people, but I played to maybe 1,000, maybe 12, 1,500,
okay,
you know, something like that. A couple times in my little existence here, you know, in my little career. But I've been blessed, you know, to share the stage with Big Smo, who probably took me, like, it was probably my biggest gig I ever did was with Smo. So, like, shout out to big homie Smo, who I basically went through his boot camp, you know what I mean, as far as like learning this whole thing. And yeah, it's a whole thing, man. The entertainment industry is a whole thing, man. And like, it is not the answer to your mental health problems. No, kids, like, don't get it twisted. If you think that you're going to become a big famous movie star and everything, all your problems are going to go away, you got another thing coming. Because I never really thought of it too serious. Yes, I always had a dream to be a big rock star. Okay, obviously that's the, like, anybody that's playing in bands and stuff, I think has that in the back of their mind at least.
Yeah.
If they're not, you know, I want to do stuff. I want to be successful at it. You know what I mean? If I'm going to do something, I don't just want to do it. Like, if I'm going to paint houses, doing painting houses, I want to make money at it to where I can pay my bills. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to do something and have a certain level of success, whatever level that might be to me or whatever. No, I don't want to have like a whole fleet of paint trucks and have like some people, that's another thing. Like, it's not just music where people think there's this way out in this material world. Like, people do that with businesses, with everything, man. And it's like,
oh yeah. You know, I'm not picking on
right. No, absolutely.
artist or the music industry. I agree with you that
it's just a human thing.
Yeah.
But the music industry definitely is like, it's part of that, because that's something that people, you know, the thing too is like, you can go from zero to hero monetarily speaking in music. Like, it's just one piece of content. Now it's one piece. Before content, it was like you can get a record deal, you know, yada yada, one song away from, you know, having, you know, money coming in every month without you having to go and slaving away and yada yada. But like, I'm starting to really appreciate the calluses on my hands, y'all. Like, I'm just starting to really I'm like so thankful that I don't depend on the music industry for my money and like to feed myself and pay my bills. And like, I have other skills. Like, I have a whole nother set of skills. Like, I have a certain set of skills, you know. But I know a lot of people in music, and it's like, man, this is the only thing I know how to do. And I'm like, that's great. And I commend those people, and they make their living and pay their bills with music, and they're full time and all that. And that's great. And there's a job for everybody. Like, I met a guy the other day. He's a bus driver for, he's like a charter guy, but then he does like stuff where he moves military people from A to B. I've never thought of that as a person's job, but obviously somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to take the troops from the ROTC and MTSU up to Fort Campbell and wherever they're, you know, shipping military ordinances and like humans, like the what do you call them? The cadets, whatever. Yeah, like 101st Airborne, the people. They need to get from point A to point B, and there's these bus drivers all over the place doing it. I never thought of it, but I'm just saying there's a role. There's all kinds of stuff for us to be doing in this network of. Anyway, yeah. I'm getting real deep, man. I'm telling you. I don't know what's in this beer, Chris.
Well, I don't either.
But it's just thoughts. I'm just totally sharing the
live
stream.
I hope that you're okay with the conversation so far.
100%. Yeah. No.
I don't want this to be a Debbie Downer moment.
Right. No,
you know,
me either. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I don't want to sit here and be boring either. You know, I want to be entertaining and keep the jokes running and keep the fun going. But I mean, we're touching on some stuff that's I think people don't think about maybe a lot, you know, and that's probably good. You know, I don't know.
Well, it may be a little more refreshing.
Yeah.
To the average consumer, because there may not be interviews out there where people touch on mental health, or people say, you know what, I was in a bad spot and this is what I did and this is what I was feeling and this is what came out of it. Because that just may not make good content. You know, I mean, maybe it will, maybe it won't, I don't know, you know. Throw it up against the wall, see what sticks, right?
That's it, yeah. That's the name of the game.
But at the same time, what we've talked about is real. It's there.
Absolutely.
It's there for a whole lot of creatives in all fields, not just music.
Yeah, absolutely.
But all fields. You know, it's just we happen to be talking about music and
yeah, I mean, you know, that's how I started playing guitar. Like, I played violin as a little kid. I played fiddle and stuff because one of my best buddies' dad played for Randy Travis, and him and his whole family, his mother and father were both musicians. His mother was a teacher, and his dad played for Randy Travis, and full-time fiddle player, man. Like, full-time, just made a good living, put food on the table for his kids, yada, yada. But they had their kids learning how to play fiddle at a very young age. Like, he had probably had 4 years on me when we were 8 years old. You know what I mean? So, like, and I was 8, and I see him playing. I'm like, I want to play. That's my voice when I was 8 years old. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't play fiddle, Dad. Like, all right, son, we'll get you. Okay, we'll put you in Suzuki lessons, yada, yada. So I was playing violin for, 4 or 5 years. And I think I was about 12 years old. And all the kids in the neighborhood, we had a neighborhood full of kids where I grew up in Inglewood in East Nashville. And one day, the dad down the street, he had one of them Econo vans, whatever, you know what I mean? The ones with the couch and the TV in the back, big old thing. So it's got about 13 seats, 12 seats.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's kind of biblical when you think about it, because there was 12 disciples or something. And I was the 13th man out or something like that. So they had all 12 filled up with all the kids in the neighborhood. And they're like, dude, sorry, man. Sorry, little Stonewall. You can't come with us to the park. We're going to go it was like a beautiful day like today. Like, and it was like probably one of the first days like that it was real nice of the season type of thing too, where it was like I just wanted to go and play with my friends at the park, man.
Yeah.
Like, I just wanted to be part of the crew, you know what I mean? And no, I was at home, and I'm calling all my other buddies like, nah, they all went to the park, man. They all went with him. And I'm begging him, come on, man. He's like, nope, we ain't got room in the van, dude. And it's like, probably because I was a pain in the butt, and probably they knew they might have some trouble out of me. And then I'm asking my parents, like, why don't y'all take me or something? And they're not going. My dad's like, probably just didn't feel like doing it or something, dude. And who knows that whole thing. Like, whatever, like, kid stuff, like, so there you go. So anyway, I'm like sitting there. I'm pretty pissed. Like, I don't know if I'm pissed more than I'm just sad. I'm sulking. I'm kicking around a soccer ball by myself. I'm moping around. And I may have cried. I don't know. I was pretty sad, bro. Like, real down. Like, because all my friends left me. And my dad's just like, come here. He's from Boston, so that's how he talks. He came in, and that's the reason why we're talking sidebar right now, is because he was attempting to be a professional songwriter and moved to Nashville, and when I was very little, and he was making demos and doing the whole thing, trying to pitch songs and yada yada, you know what I mean? And I got a few little pub deals here and there. Didn't really get anything to stick. Didn't really get any hits, of course, because otherwise I wouldn't probably be doing the jobs that I do and stuff, which is fine by me now, because I've come to really accept the fact that I work with my hands, and I appreciate having rough hands and not just having a bunch of soft ass hands. So, like, anyway, that day he's like, yeah, come here for a minute. I'll show you something. And I'm like, all right, what is it, man? And he brings me down to his little chill spot. This is before man caves were a thing, but he had a man cave, dude. Let's be honest. It was in the basement, and he had, like, another side note, he ended up doing art and, like, canvas paintings and stuff, many of which hang in Roberts to this day. And they're all up at Roberts Western Wear downtown. They were even on the news, or not the news, but, like, CBS New Year's thing with Chris Stapleton and Post Malone when they were playing at Roberts. Yeah. And, like, they're panning around the room, and, like, it's all my dad's paintings up there. I was like, that's pretty cool, man. And he made a little reputation doing those paintings and stuff in the art world, in the entertainment art world. And but Pops, shout out Pops. He's got some great songs. Y'all go follow his YouTube. It's Frank Ferreira Songs. Actually, it's called Big Story Songs. You can't miss it. I made this whole YouTube for him with all his old cassettes. It was quite the project. Yeah, it was an undertaking, and it was like a really cathartic project for me as an older guy, like going through it all and being able to really appreciate all that he went through to do that stuff, and like then listening to what he's singing about too, because that was his life that he was singing about, and like he had other people singing too. He had a few really great artists in town, like, do the demos and stuff for him. Yeah. Like, this is like 90s country, man. Like, you want to talk about unheard of, authentic 90s country. Y'all go follow Big Story Songs, okay? You too, Chris.
No, I'll check it out.
So check out Pops, man. Anyway, so yeah. Back to the story. The day comes, I'm all by myself crying. He's saying, come here, come to the man cave, let me show you something. He's got this big old PV amp with two 12-inch speakers, you know, the classic boomer PV amp. I don't know if you're familiar with what I'm talking about. They're heavier than
I've seen them, yeah.
Anyway, so he plugs up his guitar to it, and he shows me how to play Wild Thing, like John, 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 John,
yeah,
John, John, and I'm like, well, this is pretty cool. He's like, watch this, and he's like, cranks the thing to 11. There's no 11, but he cranks that thing wide open. He's like, watch this, and he starts holding it up to it, and it's going. It starts feeding back and making all kinds of crazy, like, ungodly noise. And, dude, like, all my sadness melted. And I was just like, I was a rock star then. In that moment, I was sold. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. This is it. I'm going to learn this guitar. I'm going to play this thing. This is cooler than shit, dude. Like, oh, who were those people? Oh, that's right. My friends. I'm going to take over the world with this shit. Like, this is me. Like, you know. So that's how I became a guitar player. That's the story of Stoney Banks' guitar playing moment. You know, so I don't know if I told that story before, but
no, I haven't heard that.
That was it. So I don't know if that's part of, like we're saying, the mental health thing where I just want to be accepted and like got rejected, or I don't know. But that was the ooze from which I was formed and thrust into trying to be a rock star. God dang it, you know. So like. The rest of it, I don't know. It all just happens. Like, just other stuff just happens, man. Like, we did a talent show not soon after that. But I wouldn't have done that if I didn't meet a couple of kids at my school. Because I was basically a new kid at my school in 6th grade, 5th, 6th grade. And that was another thing, just not being accepted. Because all the other kids had gone there the whole time. And I was kind of an outcast yet again. And found these other new kids who were newer than me even. We all became buddies because we were like the outcasts.
Yeah.
We end up in some little music class, and there's, you know, everybody's popping along on the thing, the recorders, and there's a guitar over there, and I'm like strumming on it, you know, because I know a couple chords. I know how to play Wild Thing, by God. And so I'm sitting over there, and my buddy's like, man, my other outcast buddies, they're like, dude, we should make a band, dude. And I'm like, yeah, dude, hell yeah. Like, and so I bring them over to my house, and like, we have a little set of drums and a few things my dad has, you know, of course. And we didn't know nothing, you know, we're little kids, dude, you know, but we start banging around on it, and the drummer's just going, bop, 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 bop. My dad's like, look, you got to do the drum beat like this. You know, show him the drum beat, basic shit. We ended up learning a few songs. I ended up learning some of these surf tunes like Walk Don't Run. What's the other one? It's like, you know, let's see if I still got it. Anyway, it's something, right? Anyway. You ever remember those surf tunes?
Yeah. So
I forget the name of that one, but somebody will correct me in the comments or something. But yeah, so learn that type of stuff. Get my little outcast buddies together. We start jamming on the weekends. We're just having some fun, yada, yada. Talent show comes up at the school. And by God, we crushed it. We just went out there and like, they were just, and we were probably horrible, but like, everybody loved it. The kids were dancing around. The teachers started jumping up and dancing around. And they just absolutely loved it and ended up booking us to do like our own like show one day. They were like, we just think y'all should do a show. You know, you guys got to do your own show one day. And so that was like elementary school, like stardom. Like I went from the outcast loser that nobody liked or knew because I was weird and like from a different place and different neighborhood and the whole thing, to like, oh, you can be like the coolest guy in the class now, you know, type of shit. So like, it show you the power of music, man. How like, yeah, you can go from zero to hero. Like I'm saying, you can write that one hit song to where you're making nothing and you're scrubbing along doing, you know, janitorial work, whatever, painting, whatever, you know, blue collar thing you're doing, to be in like, you know, the top of the charts, man, and like off to the races. But if you don't have your thing right, or like you're saying, talk to some people, man, or like, you know, have your thing straightened out, that ain't gonna mean much to you, brother. Like that's gonna, you're like, how many stories behind the music have we heard? Like, I was on top of the world and I just felt more empty and depressed than I ever felt. Like, how many times have we heard that?
Yeah. Well, you know, if you can be on top of the world, making all the money, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying the money comes easy and the fame comes easy, but you know, if that's not what you want out of this life, all that's not going to matter.
Right. No, I mean, no. Because, I mean, how many of those stories, it's like, and then I OD'd on drugs. It's like, because I just felt so terrible and yada, yada. And to the music industry, let's be real here, man. It's a high pressure thing where there's a lot of stressors and weird stuff that actually plays on the mental illness, if you want to know the truth. I mean, I've even had my experiences with it, of like stuff being promised to me, or being like, it's the pit and the pedestal. You know what I mean? Like, they put you up on a pedestal, then they can throw you in a pit. Because really, like, and you kind of lose control along the way. You can easily. I can see how people could be there. And I'm blessed to be able to see a lot of this stuff, to be honest with you, bro. Like, I don't think a few years ago I would have been able to see it. So, like, God is, like, watching out for me, like, big time, man. Like, I'm like, thank you, man. Like, because I got passed around to record labels a lot, like, a few years ago, like, right before COVID, especially. And pretty much every record label passed on me, which, you know, hey, man, I look at it as a blessing right now, because, like, who knows if, you know, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think I was mentally ready for that. Like, now if somebody wanted to come at me with some deal, first off, I would know a lot more about what looks good and what don't look good, based on my experiences with Big Smo and other people that have been in this business, and just seeing how people maneuver in the business.
Yeah.
And how they build you up to break you down, man. I had a gig at CMA Theater, and I was about to sign his management thing, and, you know, I had met with the management beforehand and this and that. I'm not going to name names or nothing, but like, it was pretty big deal, man. Like, CMA Theater gig, like, I'd never played a theater before, you know, and like, I was real wet behind the ears when it comes to that type of thing. Like, playing bar gigs and doing like, it's funny to me that a lot of guys who play bar gigs and stuff have these like visions of grandeur. And it's like, I want y'all to know, man, there's like, it's a whole nother world with this industry shit. Like, it's just a whole nother beast, dude. And like, it'll eat you up and swallow you and spit you and shit you out, man. I don't know if we can cuss on here. I forgot. I meant to ask you beforehand, but so.
Well, I mean, you're telling the truth. You're being genuine. So say what you mean.
Yeah, man. So like I'm saying, there's stressors that I never thought would come with music. Like, I was stressed out about my drummer getting too drunk and fucking up the beat. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that was my biggest concern. Okay, at the end of the night, or the guitar player not showing up the day before the gig, and I'd have to fake through leads, which I'm not a lead guitar player by any stretch. Like, I never was really focused in on becoming super proficient at being like a shredder. Like, that never seemed to be what I wanted to focus on.
Yeah.
Whereas like what I always wanted to focus on was like singing and like writing lyrics the best I can, writing melodies as cool and as catchy as I can, and songcraft and stuff was more like, I don't know, that's just kind of where my focus went, instead of being like the focus on like learning these licks to shred. I can hold down some leads like rudimentary, but I'm not like as good as these guys I was, you know, hiring and stuff when I be playing the bars and stuff like that. But those stresses are definitely not like the stresses of having CMA Theater booked, and then COVID happens, and then all your dreams are just like, you think you're about to get, because you meet with the management, they're like, can't wait, we're going to have you at this thing, we're all going to powwow, it's going to be great, like, we're going to sign you up, and yada, yada. You got a career now, like, you're going to get that light at the end of the tunnel vision that we're saying that doesn't exist, but, you know what I mean? Now I see that it doesn't. But yeah, just like rug pull, like, and I just had a bunch of situations kind of like that where it's like, you think there's some trajectory going, and then it just like falls off a cliff, man. And like people fall off a cliff on you, and you're just kind of like, man, that's way bigger than this gig that the guitar player didn't show up on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a way bigger letdown. I mean, right? I mean, because you're thinking that there's this career and possibly a lot of money at stake. You know what I mean? And again, that acceptance, that whole thing that you get when everybody thinks you're the man because you're up there and yada yada, and they treat you like you're more important when you really ain't, you know. So it's like, but then that gets pulled, and if you're already having those mental issues and stuff of feeling like you're not good enough or whatever, man, that can really throw you into a death spiral of doom, Chris. Yeah, so I'm really getting a front row seat to the bullshit, man. It's fun. I love it. I am just enjoying it. I am sipping on the milkshake of chaos, my friend. And it's like, I got the popcorn out, and I tried to quit. Like I'm saying, like, I tried to quit worrying about it. I got married and stuff for a time. I said, I'm just going to be a family man. This is insane. And that was not even before this industry crap started happening. And like,
yeah.
So like, yeah, man, that was when like I was trying to book bar gigs and shit. I was like, yeah, this ain't never going nowhere. Like, I'm just going to be like killing myself on the road, not making any money, sleeping in cars and sleeping in couches and cars, man. Like, I'll just paint, man, and I'll be a family man, and I'm going to get married. On my honeymoon, I get this call from a pretty well-renowned like manager in town who saw me at a songwriter night, and he's like, dude, you're the shit, come on. And then a lot of those things that I just talked about started transpiring, and the crazy shit that I never was like worried about, man. Like, I never was like chasing these industry people and trying to schmooze and all this stuff, you know what I mean? I never was like that guy. Like, I hate schmoozing. I really don't care for it. I love to party, I love people, but the like whole like, I'm gonna try to be your friend because you can get me somewhere does not appeal to me, dog. Like, if we're friends, I want to be your friend, bro.
Right.
Like, I just want to be cool with you.
Yeah, be genuine.
And I don't care if you can get me anywhere or you can't. Like, I just want to go fishing, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's have a beer. Oh, let's write some music too, by the way, because I love to do that as my hobby as well. Like, it's one of my pastimes. It's one of my passions. Like, as much as I love to cast a lure and catch a crappie or a bass, I love to jam and come up with a cool melody and a cool jam and a cool song together. Jump on the drums, you know, jump on the guitar. Let's make a fun little, like, funny poem together, like me and Seth do. Like, we're good buddies. Like, I don't know if either of us can help either of us like get ahead in the industry or something, but we definitely just like to hang and go fishing and like write music and like make recordings and shit. Like, and so I don't know, it's just, that's all I'm worried about. I don't know, it's weird.
All right, well, no, it's not weird. I think that is something we need to talk about here in a minute. Right now, we're going to take a quick intermission, and we'll return talking about new music and writing songs.
All right, y'all, so while they're at intermission, I figured I'd come in here and let you know a little bit about myself. My name's Harcoast. I not only edit this episode, but every single episode here on Two Beers with the Band podcast. And aside from that, I also have my own podcast called Music Making Sense Podcast, where it's all about music marketing, branding, and how to have success, real success, as an independent artist. And you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, what does real success mean? Well, what does real success mean to you? What I'm talking about is having that lifestyle that you enjoy, where you're creating music, entertaining and engaging with your fans, and spending the rest of your time enjoying life the way you want to, whether it's spending time with family, doing hobbies or outdoor activities, or whether it's just spending more time on the creative process and enjoying it without feeling like you're rushed in your creative process because you have that 9 to 5 or multiple part-time jobs that just eat you alive inside, that you have to go to for 40 or more hours a week that take away from all your creative process. And you wish you just lived a life where you could just create whenever you felt the need to create, whenever you were inspired by it, and then entertain and engage with fans that enjoy your music and everything that you bring to their lives in the form of all your creative abilities. You want that lifestyle? I can help you get it. And I can help you get it in a DIY option by just checking out my podcast, Music Making Sense Podcast. You can go to musicmakingsense.pod.com where you can find all the links to all the socials and streaming platforms for Music Making Sense Podcast. There you'll be able to see that I drop multiple pieces of video every single week designed to help you as an independent artist have a DIY, low-cost approach to all of your marketing needs and solutions to a lot of your marketing troubles. As an independent artist, you're just trying to figure out how to entertain your fans best and create the best music you can. You don't want to worry about the marketing elements of it, how to attract more attention and how to engage with them and how to convert them into sales. No, you don't want to worry about that. So I help break that down in very simple DIY steps that you can use in order to gain that following and start building that career that you want. And if you need help, I can help you out with that as well too. I have a lot of low cost, high efficiency, high effectiveness services that I provide as well too. So musicmakingsense.pod.com for any and everything Music Making Sense Podcast, and reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. I do give out free initial consultation calls, so hop on a call. It only takes a little bit of your time, no strings attached, and let's get to talking and working on how to build your career the way you want to. Oh, they're coming back. I got to get out of here. musicmakingsense.pod.com. I'll see y'all later.
Tear down my confidence, so hard to win. Rule is so hard to win when we start within. Tired of bullshit, think I'll call in sick today. I kinda wanna quit, go to an island and stay, yeah. But I settle for a lawn chair, where I don't care about anything. Little green grass in a blue sky paradise, with some beer in my OJ, hey. I'm gonna chill in the backyard, get lazy till I forget it all. I wanna feel that sun shine down like I'm in Jamaica. Oh, 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 oh. Gonna feel the breeze blow. Oh, oh, oh. Got me singing like I'm gonna sit here all day, getting sunburned and baked. I tell you something, it feels good to do nothing for once. And I think we all need a little more don't give a about a lot of things, but don't know what tomorrow brings. I lay back and catch that buzz. It's all finally looking up. Hey, I'm gonna chill in the backyard, get lazy till I forget it all. Wanna feel that sun shine down like I'm in Jamaica. Oh, 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 oh. Gonna feel the breeze blow. Oh, oh, oh. Got me singing like I'm gonna sit here all day, getting sunburned and baked. Well, everybody needs an escape. Oh, it might as well be today. Hey, hey, hey. I'm gonna chill in the backyard, get lazy till I forget it all. I wanna feel that sun shine down like I'm in Jamaica. Oh, 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 oh. Gonna feel the breeze blow. Oh, oh, oh. Got me singing like gonna sit here all day, getting sunburned and baked. I just wanted to practice one time. For
Well, you know what? It sounded good to me, so we should definitely pick it up right there. All right, guys, welcome back from the break. I hope you enjoyed that little intermission, and I hope you enjoyed listening to Harkos tell you about the entertainment industry and what he does. And I think you really need to check his podcast out, and you need to check his business out, and you need to check him out. All right, so now that we got that out of the way,
yes, sir.
let's go ahead and dive into this second beer.
All right.
This is Lagunitas IPA. It is the legendary IPA from Lagunitas. It's 6.2 ABV. And I hope you enjoy this beer as much as I have in the past. And I think it's fitting for this interview or this conversation.
Alrighty.
All right. Man, that's a pretty beer too.
Little head on it.
Yeah, mine's got a little more head than usual, but that was an aggressive pour, so it is what it is.
Hey, that's all right. Sometimes you gotta hit them with the old aggressive pour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do. Every now and then. Just
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Salute. Give it a whole. Oh, that's tasty. That's probably one of the best IPAs that I've had in a while. Well, I haven't had a beer in a while, so I can't really say, but it's damn good.
Well, one of the better IPAs you've had in a long while.
I would say it's not bitter. It's
not at all.
Got a little sweetness to it.
It does have a little more sweetness than what I would like, but it's not bad. I've had worse. Overall, it does have a good hoppy flavor to it, but the sweetness is a little bit more than what I would like.
Sure, I can see that. If you're into, it almost is like not very typical of an IPA to be this sweet.
No, it's not. But I think if you give it a second, let it open up, I think some of that sweetness does get dialed back.
Mellowed out. Yeah.
Just a little bit. But it has I'm not going to say unique hoppiness to it because it's not really unique. But I think if you let it open up, that hoppiness does present itself a little more prevalent.
It's a round feel.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Tropical. I get a tropical.
It does have a
tropical
fruitiness
vibe.
to it. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Speaking of tropical vibes.
Yeah, man.
What do you got going? What's new with you?
Man, I would say the newest thing, I just put out a song called Long Way to Mexico, which kind of goes with our last beer too. So
right.
We got a tropical thing. Anyway, Mexico's kind of a tropical place. They have multiple climates, folks, down in Mexico. But yeah, man, we put out a new song with my buddies, the Flip Flop Republic from Florida. They're a Florida band. My good buddy Joe, who moved up here to Nashville, got with me, and we went out on the road and wrote this song called Long Way to Mexico, man. We were out traveling in North Carolina, and we were just at an Airbnb with his whole band. He's been gracious enough to bring me with him and his band when they go and do these runs, playing breweries and stuff. That's a lot of the stuff that we would play because, man, it's just breweries always have music, and they're always a really good vibe. Like, they always have a great stage and a big, like, usually a big courtyard or some kind of big area where you can jam. Everybody's drinking some good brews, having a good time. So we were out there playing those breweries and playing a couple little backyard parties, pool parties and stuff. And we were stopping on the way at Airbnb. It was like a house out in the middle of nowhere, man. It was like pitch black, like in the middle of the night, like. And we were just on this wraparound front porch, and it was just a vibe, man. And they had this idea for a song, Long Way to Mexico, and we ended up coming up with it on the spot, man. Like, out there, I kind of helped them finish it up and get the whole idea, like, solidified. And we took it back here to Nashville to our other buddy, Jordan. He's the singer of Hollywood Undead, which is a pretty popular, like, rap rock band that's out. And he's here in Nashville. And we recorded vocals and stuff there. And shout out to Josh Bright down in Boaz, Alabama, who is the producer on it. He made the track and stuff and did the guitar work. And yeah, we put that out a few weeks ago. It's been doing pretty good stream-wise. It's like been getting a lot of love in the Trop rock scene, which is like the Jimmy Buffett kind of Parrot Head world. They have a huge, like, there's a huge population of this underground movement. Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Parrot Heads or...
Yeah, Parrot Heads, yes,
sure.
But Trop rock, no. So I've never heard that term.
That is a genre of music that's real big in the Panhandle, and it's almost like a beach country type of thing, but it's very much in the a la Jimmy Buffett realm. So I can see how my style and what I'm doing with the reggae and the country ends up attracting that kind of audience. And like, shout out to my Trop rock people, man. Like, we've been getting some spins on some other little radio shows and other podcasts, and I've been getting a whole lot of love for this song Long Way to Mexico, which is basically, it's kind of a country-fied reggae song. I don't know how to put it, man. I'm mixing the country and the reggae, like a little dash of country in my reggae. I don't know. Sometimes you have coffee and cream. Some people like a little bit of coffee with their cream. Some people like a little cream in their coffee.
Right.
Type of thing. So that's where I'm at with it. I mixed the two up. And so we ended up mixing these two things up. And it's been getting like some Trop rock world plays and stuff. And it's been pretty cool. And two, Joe. Shout out Joe. What's up, baby? He's a great guy, man. He's booked those tours, and we've spent a lot of time on the road together. And I think I sent you maybe his contact as well, or I sent him yours, and I wanted to get him in here definitely to come do a cool little interview. Fun facts with Stoney Banks, speaking of Mexico and cervezas. Did you know that the Germans were actually in Mexico and brought the beer to Mexico? That's why there's Mexican beer. And there is a healthy population of German Mexicans, basically, down there.
Really?
Yes, sir.
It makes sense that...
Like, why would there be beer?
Yeah. To think about it, it makes sense that Mexican beer would have some sort of German influence. And then they took it and made it their own.
That's right.
The same way that other countries. Oh, now you got my brain thinking.
Beer.
Wow.
Yes.
Germans and beer.
Yeah.
Beer and music.
Yes.
Makes sense.
It's a circle. It's the circle of life, baby.
Circle of life.
No, there's nothing better than having a cold beer, man, and watching some music and just getting lost in the music, man.
I agree 100%.
Our song, that's the song Long Way to Mexico, is like, it's about it's about just that. I mean, it is tequila based, but you know.
That's all right. I like tequila.
Yeah. What kind of tequila you like, man?
I got a hold of the bottle. I cannot remember the name, but the agave is grown on a mountaintop.
Okay.
And the
All right.
reason this tequila is so clear and so pure and the taste is just popping is, think about it. So you have a plant that is grown up here that gets only straight rain and straight nutrients from the ground, right? Then you have a plant that's grown down here. So when it rains, all the trash and the nutrients, but the trash rolls downhill. So this plant's feeding off nutrients, trash, less rain, and less sun than the plant up here. So it's still going to be good, but it's not going to be
It's pure.
this good.
Yeah.
And that tequila was just beautiful.
Silver or reposado?
It was a silver, but I can't remember the name of the tequila. It was just.
I really like both. You know,
It was beautiful. I mean, this is a type tequila. If you even think about mixing this with something else, you need to be beat.
Right. Yeah, that's a sipper. Yeah.
Because,
no, I love it. I mean, yeah.
This I would pour in a glass, a glass.
Like that tall, like
Yeah,
16 ounces, and take it to the.
But
no,
you don't do it like that. But you sit there and you look at it, and you treat that tequila like a craft beer.
Okay.
You smell it, you swirl it,
Yeah.
you take a little sip, you sit back and think about what am I tasting right now?
Yes, sir.
You don't take that tequila, boom, pour me another one. I mean, if you do, I guess that's okay if you got that kind of money.
You got to savor the flavor.
Exactly, man. You got to respect it.
It's making me want a shot of that tequila, man. Like,
well, I wish I had it here, but I don't.
Maybe next time we'll do a beer and a shot or something with the band.
Okay. I mean, I'm down.
But yeah, the song is, it's about tequila, man. It's about drowning your troubles with tequila. You know what I'm saying? Going down to Mexico, the music playing all night, drinking a little something. And I guess we don't specify throughout the entire thing that we're drinking tequila, but there is, there's some choice lines where we're mentioning tequila, like chasing our dreams with too much tequila.
Yeah.
A little double entendre, like chase your dreams, but you're not like, like a chaser,
Yeah. Well, what I think, and I've spoke on this on other shows, off camera and on camera, as a consumer, I hear these songs that I hear a line in the song and I think to myself, what are they talking about? That doesn't make sense to me. Then I've heard certain songs where the entire song just doesn't make sense to me. And I kind of shy away from listening to it. When that song comes on the radio, I go ahead and, it's like, oh, okay, whatever. And I start either paying attention to driving, which I should be doing anyway, or I start thinking about what I need to do today at work or what I need to do tomorrow. That's my escape into what I need to do. And when the song goes off and another song comes on, I kind of redirect back towards the song.
Yeah.
Because I didn't understand what they were saying in that song, or there were so many lines in that song that didn't make sense to me. And if the artist would do an interview about either this album or this song and say, this is where that came from, this is where I was at,
right,
this is why I said this. And those few times I hear those interviews and the interviewer kind of drills down and they're like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh,
Right.
It makes perfect sense now.
Like, I liked the way the song felt and the melody and the whole thing was cool, but I didn't know what the hell they're talking about, right?
And
like,
now I do.
And
now it went from a song I'm just like, oh, I'm going to do something else while it comes on
Right.
to. Now it's in my current top 5.
Yeah. No.
For right now, because
The story made it.
I need the background or the story to complete the song.
Yeah. No, I totally get that.
If I can't get it in the song, at least in the video,
Yeah.
make a video that shows me
Right.
what you're talking about. If I can't comprehend it, show it to me in a video, because that's the way my brain works.
Right. No, absolutely.
In pictures.
I think that
So a music video really helps me figure things out.
Absolutely. They're so important, man. Even
Extremely
today,
important.
they want to say, oh, just make short form content to us all today, you know? And like, I think that was more the story like a year or so ago. Like, really, last year I heard it quite a bit. Like, man, just, you don't have to do music videos no more. Even the last couple of years, it was like, music videos are out. Nobody cares. And it's like, this year people are like, no, they still cool, man. To do a cool ass music video is important, man. If you can do a cool music video and like make it like a piece of art and make it part of the story of the song, it's super cool, dude. Like, I love a good music video. I think people just love it, man, to have that visualizer for the whole song, not just like clips and these little like ADD moments that they're pushing out, you know what I mean, on the social media, like short form content. Yeah, it's good for advertising. It's good to get people like accustomed to you as far as music goes, but at the end of the day, the bottom line is people are going to listen to the whole song. They're going to listen to the whole thing. And if you have a great visualizer, like music video that goes along with it, that helps paint that story, because like you said, we want the story. I'm the same way. I want to hear the story about why he's saying this. And makes me think what's funny, I'm smirking, man, because me and Seth just wrote this song called Put It on a Brick. Do you know what that means? No, of course not. Nobody knows what it means. And so we'll just play it for somebody just ice cold, like, check it out. And it's kind of a country rap. It's like Chili Peppers meets country rap, like rock. It's like and it's like, put that on a brick, put that on a brick. You know, it's like a little chant kind of thing. And it's probably one of the most fun songs that me and him have made together. We talk about it pretty much every time we talk about it. And like, we can blast it and play it, and we just have a fun time. And we did this like a few weeks ago, I want to say. And I want to say, when we tell people beforehand, we say, listen, this is called Put It on a Brick. We got the idea while we were painting a brick house. Okay. Like, we were just like painting this brick house, like putting it on a brick, dude. Like that's where the story came. We get a much better response. People aren't like, what does that mean, man? Like, I even had one guy who's like, man, I'm not really up on like the new slang and stuff, man. Like, what is that? I'm like, dude, we just made it up while we were painting a brick wall, bro. Like, it was just like, so I get what you're saying. When you add that particle of the story of how it came about, what we're talking about, it makes it more funny. It's really a funny song more than anything. It's more hilarious. Like, he's like, slather on the gravy, about to eat my supper. Like, all this type of talk. Like, it's very lighthearted, but it's very aggressive at the same time. Rap, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Kind of a funky rock. It's not trop rock, folks. It's rock, rap, country kind of thing. I think it's only country too, because Seth's voice just gets on there, and boy, he's like, time to slather on the gravy. And like, he slathers that fucking gravy. So like, that's what makes it country rap, all right? It's just Seth and the fact that we're from Tennessee, okay, I guess. I'm not country. I'm from Nashville. How can I be country? Even though it's the country music capital of the world.
There was a time when being from Nashville was still country, but
if I go anywhere else...
that time has passed.
Absolutely. If I go anywhere else in the country, I'm a country bastard. And I've got a southern accent, believe it or not. And like, you're like, no.
Well, compared to mine.
it's not there. Like, no. But if I go anywhere else in the world, I take it back because I've been overseas into other countries, and they're like, "You're from the South, mate. You're from the country. You're a country boy, Tennessee boy." And I'm like, I guess, man, like,
sure, yeah, let's go with it.
Except in here in Tennessee, I'm a city slicking, carpet bagging son of a bitch. Like
Right.
I said, so
Right, because being from Nashville doesn't mean anything anymore.
No, I'm
Not
from East
necessarily.
Nashville too. It's not like I was from like Goodlettsville or something and like grew up. Like both my parents aren't from the South, like so. Yeah, caught me, y'all. I don't know, but I mean, like I said, when I go up to New England, my dad's from Boston. I said that already. He talks like this here. He's like, you got to listen to my songs. They're genius level songs. They really are. They're really great songs. It's crazy how cool it is. I'll send you a link too, man, after the podcast. But
Okay.
like, I think you'll really enjoy some of it. Because I mean, it doesn't really, at the end of the day, I don't think it matters where you're from if your lyrics are cool and you got somebody that's singing in the right style and the production is cool and it's from the heart. I mean, that's the main thing, man. That's all I'm trying to do is like make some shit from the heart, baby. Express this in the moment, baby, you know?
Well, if it doesn't come from there, where would it come from?
All right, y'all, what's up? Harkos here again. And no, I'm not here to tell you about my podcast. I'm here to let you know that this is the end to part 1 of the great interview right here with Stoney Banks. And if you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed it, you definitely need to make sure you check out part 2, which airs in just 2 days from when this one airs. So depending on when you're watching will depend on if part 2 is out yet or not. But regardless on whether it's out or not, I need you to do me a couple things real quick. First, of course, like, share, follow, and subscribe. Hit that notification buzzer as well to Two Beers with the Band podcast wherever you are viewing or listening to this right here, right now. And then one other thing, if you could do it real quick, especially over on YouTube, go ahead and drop a comment and let Chris and Stoney know what you thought about this episode so far. Make sure that if they said anything that really struck a chord with you and positive or negatively, you drop a comment and let them know your thoughts on what they're discussing. Do that on part 1 and on part 2 as well too, okay? Because it not only, of course, helps the algorithm and everything like that, but it really, really helps Chris and the guest know that what they're doing here when they come to you on Two Beers with the Band with a great episode where they're discussing the intricacies of the music industry and life as a musician, that it's actually resonating with you and that you enjoy consuming and listening and watching this kind of content. Okay, so again, like, share, follow, subscribe, and drop a comment down below and let us all know what you think of this episode and of course every episode here on Two Beers with the Band podcast. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. Let's go ahead and get to episode 2, part 2, of the great interview right here with Stoney Banks on Two Beers with the Band podcast. I'll see you on the next one.
Wanna feel that sun shine down like I'm in Jamaica. Oh, 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 oh. Gonna feel the breeze blow. Oh, oh, oh. Got me singing like gonna sit here all day, getting sunburned and bathed.